Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Budget with me here on MTT Finance. In today's video, I'm going to be going over and budgeting out my paycheck number 2 for the month of August. And let me just say, it's a little bit above what I thought it was going to be, which is a good thing. That means we have more money to play around with and allocate towards paying off debt. So let's go ahead and put in these numbers. I'm going to be sharing on one of the sides of the screen here my spreadsheet for my budget for the month of August, and you guys can follow along with me as I punch in these numbers. Let's get started. All right, so once again, we have my budget spreadsheet here, and let's plug in the numbers, starting off with paycheck number 2, and I have the number for it right here because it actually is going to be hitting my bank account tomorrow morning sometime, and the income from that is, drum roll please, I gotta stop saying that. I say that for everything I punch in here, and that's gonna get old really quick. But it is $2,466.13. Boom, there we go. And as I've programmed the spreadsheet to do so, spits out the difference, and we can see it's a difference of $266.13. So above what I planned for, the $2,200. The dividends for the month, believe it or not, I did get some dividends this month from my stock portfolio, the stocks I own that pay out dividends. And I did include this on my income spreadsheet here, this little section. However, this money is getting reinvested back into paying for more stocks. So this really isn't going to be used to pay for the expenses. But right now it's so small that it really doesn't change anything. So I'm just including it on here. That way I can track it over the course of the months that I budget, but I'm really not using this money to pay for any expenses. So it's going to be added to the total. Just forget about it. But anyway, I looked up for the month of August. I've actually received $13.26. I believe most of that is from my AT&T holdings, and I have a RioCan holding, I think. It pays out monthly. Once again, I think by saying that, I now have to say that I'm not a financial advisor. So don't go pick stocks that I pick because I pick them. Don't do that. Do your own research. Find a financial expert, which I'm not, before you make any financial decision, such as paying for stocks. The next thing is other, which that could be anything. I really didn't designate what other can be. Maybe a side hustle or some sort of passive income. Maybe as more side hustles happen or passive income starts, I can be more specific of what other means. But at this time, actually I have a video in the works talking about generating income from my land. I'm not going to go into that because you'll have to check out that other video. It's going to be in a money goals video that's hopefully coming out this coming Tuesday. But I did make this month $3 from it. I'll talk about what that's all about in the money goals video, so stay tuned for that. But $3 so far for this other income. Now we're going to move on to expenses. Now last week, when I put in my paycheck number 1 for the month of August, I was able to put in a lot of things already. I put in my mortgage because that's paid on the first of the month. I put it on the internet because I pay that, and it's the same cost every month, $49.99. The water, I had just paid for that. Car insurance, I'll put that in because I just paid that. That's $118.14. And that's one of those things that's going to be pretty consistent over the course of the months. Actually, I did get a notice that might be going down by another like $10, which is good. Must be because I'm a good driver or something like that. I don't know. But I'm not going to question it when it goes down. Up next, I paid for the phone. We talked about that last week. And then the student loans, that was taken out on the 10th. And then the electric bill, paid for that. Groceries. Now this one's a little bit tricky. If you remember from last week, you may have mentioned that I still use Mint, the budgeting app, to track my expenses so that they're already designated to a specific category. But I like to have a spreadsheet like this in the Google Sheets because it makes me more mindful of where my money is actually going. And Mint, I don't really, it doesn't force me to input. It's like tracking calories. It doesn't force me to input how many calories are in that cookie or that donut or that ice cream I just ate. But if I put it into a spreadsheet like this, creates a sense of mindfulness of where my money is going. Mint, it doesn't really happen that way, but it does a good job of designating and tracking my expenses to specific areas of finance, such as groceries or gas or mortgage, etc. So if I pull up my Mint mobile app here, I don't think this is totally true at the moment, but it says that I spent $108 so far on groceries this month. I don't think that's true, but right now my wife and I actually don't have joint bank accounts, and so that can be kind of hard to track expenses, because if she pays for the groceries, it's then hard to figure out how much our household actually pays for groceries. But I thought she used my Amazon Prime card, so usually that would be triggered through, and Mint would designate it as a grocery expense. But anyway, let's just take this $108. I don't think it's too much more than that, but $108 for groceries this month. Up next, we have house insurance, homeowners insurance. And as one YouTube user pointed out last week, they remembered that on previous videos, I talked about how I pay escrow on my mortgage payment each month. And in fact, there was some things that I'm glad I called, because I had to call the bank and I had to call the homeowners insurance website, and found out that some things were a little screwed up. The first year was totally fine, but I was going to be billed this $750, and that's not how it's supposed to work out. It's supposed to go through the escrow. So now it's going to be actually linked to the escrow, so I don't have to pay $750 this month. That is taken care of. Amazon Prime, we already paid that, $14 or right around there. Gas. Now, like I said, Mint does a good job of tracking my gas consumption, and I drive a lot for work. So, $154 so far this month. I have $6 left for gas for the rest of the month. We'll see how that goes. And then fast food, I added that category about 2 minutes before starting this video. Fast food, I have spent, I don't believe this, $14 on fast food this month. Usually that's when my wife and I just take a quick run through McDonald's, and she gets a large Diet Coke and I get 2 McChickies. So that's our, did we really spend $14 on that? But now I think I have all the categories filled except for the homeowner's insurance, because I didn't actually have to pay that this month. Now, if we go through and take a look at the total expenses for the month, we can see that I had planned this month for right around $3,432 to have to cover all my monthly expenses. I said that this was going to be a higher expense month because of the homeowner's insurance and things like that being due, and my electric bill being much higher than normal. However, as we can see, the actual expense, I'm pointing to it, you can't see me, let me use the mouse. The actual expense here was right around $2,600. And the difference of that is, that's not right. Let me fix it. So now if we take a look at the total expenses, the differential, meaning the amount that I had planned for minus how much it actually cost, it was actually $802 cheaper than I thought it would be. And lastly, if we take a look at the net income, I had planned for $978.35 of having some net income. In all reality, there was $2,368 of As we can see, the net income, it said that I was supposed to have a projected net income, what's left over, of around $978.35, sorry, but the actual was around $2,368.00. So that's good. We have a much higher positive net income than I thought, and that's a differential of from what I planned for, of around $1,389.65, which is nice because now this money it's most likely going to be used to further pay off my student loans. In fact, that is my main mission with my student loans right now, is to get rid of all of my student loan debt by using this extra income to then further the process and quicken the process of getting rid of all my student loans. Thank you guys for watching this second budget with me for the month of August. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon in the next video. Take care.